Love and light, everyone. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Tennessee, and I think it's about time for a full vegetable garden tour. It's only been about 2 to 3 weeks since the last one, but things are growing so fast. I wanted to give you an update, so let's take a look. Oh my goodness, where to begin? Things are looking so lush. As you can see in the back, my trellis vision is coming to life on one half. We will check in on the beans in a little bit, but I feel like a lot of the things that I've envisioned for the garden are really starting to come true. Wow. So I guess we'll start here with our kale. We've been having some serious problems with cabbage worm. I've been noticing every single morning, no matter how many times I spray down, there is a fresh batch of eggs everywhere. So a friend of mine recommended BT. I don't know what it stands for. It's a big, complicated word. But I definitely want to give that a try when it stops raining so much. Also, because when it rains, you kind of just have to reapply everything that you put to prevent pests. But we're gonna work it out. We're gonna keep our kale growing strong. I believe in me. Now over here, I'm actually gonna get on the other side for you. Over here, we have our sorrel and our Malabar spinach growing. If you guys remember, we had a bunch of buckwheat growing around as well. I really enjoyed the buckwheat. It was really pretty, but ultimately I had to take it out. I learned that they actually suck up a lot of nutrients from the soil rather than give back nitrogen. I thought they would help feed the soil, but they actually do the opposite. And we do have a little patch of buckwheat where we are amending the soil back here. I'll show you that in a second. But I have been realizing that the white moths that lay the cabbage worms are really attracted to buckwheat. They're all over that little patch over there, so I figured when the flowers start blossoming here, it's just gonna keep attracting them. And that's definitely something we don't want, especially next to our kale. So it was definitely time for it to go. But I definitely think the sorrel and the Malabar spinach will grow a lot more abundantly now that it has the room. I did plant some Malabar spinach seeds in here next to the little transplants, and you can already see they're already catching up to the transplant. So I definitely see it surpassing it soon. And again, the vision here is to train it up this wire so that it can be trained around the fencing. I think it would look so pretty if it plays out well. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Hi, Chloe, you beautiful, beautiful creature. Hello. Hello. I love you so much. Oh my God. I love you so much. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The strawberry bed is doing really well too. I went in and I pruned a lot of it. I was noticing that under the strawberries, there was a lot of just like dead undergrowth. So it was really nice to get in there and clean it up so that I could keep producing abundantly. I think for next year, I'm gonna build like a 3-tier system or bedding for the strawberries, because I think they would actually do a lot better if their fruit hung down rather than just like laying on the soil like this. I feel like they're prone to rotting if they're just hanging out on the soil, and they get lost under the leaves, so it would just be easier to see strawberries that way. The onions are doing really well. They are about ready to start plucking and using for the kitchen, which we have been doing a little bit. I just pluck them out of the ground. We have white, yellow, and red varieties growing as well. And we have one that flowered. It's so interesting that only one of them flowered. But they're really beautiful, beautiful little flowers. Gorgeous. Now over here we have our tomato, carrot, and pepper patch. Tomatoes are growing in so well. I know that the carrots like a little cooler. They're much more of like a spring and fall crop, but they're actually hanging in there very well. I think it really helps to have, we have this really tall tree here that shades quite a bit of the garden in the later evening, so I think that really helps balance out all the sun that they might be getting. So looking divine. I've been really enjoying the tomatoes. I feel like it's an art form in itself to train them, you know, in all these various forms so that they grow properly and abundantly. And they're honestly really beautiful plants. I love working and taking care of them. Still haven't done my research on the Cherokee purples. I'm not sure why, but a lot of the flowers that it has been getting just don't produce any fruit. I'm not sure if it's flower rot. I can't say for sure. They are just like browning and falling off, so we're gonna figure it out because I will have Cherokee purples. The peppers over here are doing really nice. Really starting to get some nice shape on them. They're actually growing quite fast, actually. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. The watermelon is bursting. She's just really taken over. Given there are 2 individual plants in here, so it's just taken on a life of its own. I'm just gonna let her do her thing. Let's check in on this watermelon. Our first watermelon is going so big. Oh my gosh. Y'all. Oh my goodness. It is beautiful. Look at her shining in the sunlight. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait to crack her open. Then we have all the melons growing along the trellis here that are doing super well too. So beautiful. Our peppers are popping. Wow. Wow. These are yellow bell peppers. We shall see when they start yellowing. They're getting big, so I can't imagine how much bigger they're gonna get before they start changing colors. Wow. I moved one of our peppers over here, and I was noticing that they're getting a lot of black spots on the leaves here. And I had it over here next to this marigold, and I think it was just getting and staying far too wet under the leaves of the marigold, and it might cause funguses to build up. Should like get those leaves out of here and take them out completely. Did do a transplant. It's really late in the game, so I'm not sure how it will do. Very experimental. We do have a lot of other pepper plants growing well, so I'm not too worried about it. But we shall see. Oh, there's some chicken drama in the background. Y'all, the cucumbers. Oh my goodness. Oh, do y'all hear that? He just started crying for the first time like last week. Oh, it's like he's going through puberty. Give it to me. Yes, honey. Oh my God, he's finding his voice. I'm a proud papa. Oh, do you hear that? So sweet. All right, continuing on. If he crows in the background, we're just gonna have to listen. This is his moment. I'm not gonna take it away from him. Well, anyways, the cucumber is doing incredible. Last video, we had our first cucumber growing, and look at how big it's getting. Yo, it's been raining so much and so abundantly. Like, all of the fruits are really starting to grow very rapidly. Whoa, and the zucchini rampicante. Oh my goodness, we finally had our first male flower, and I went in and hand pollinated these females because I just wanted to make sure we was getting it. But I think we'll finally be having our zucchini coming in. Look at how beautiful it's filling in. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So now we'll touch base on the other side of the trellis here, the arch. I do have a line of... All right, boo-boo, I hear ya. We do have a line of black pole beans here. and they are just now starting to take off. I feel like once it starts heating up in July, you know, beans really like that much warmer weather. Not necessarily wet climate. It has been raining a lot, so I feel like that has stunted them a bit. But once that hot weather comes in, I know they're just gonna take off. I'm waiting patiently and I'm rooting for you guys. I'm rooting for you. I planted a lot of them too, so it really fills in the archway nicely. Ooh, the corn, the corn, the corn. You know, seeing corn up close and growing it yourself, I never realized just how beautiful the corn plant really is. So tall, such long, elongated leaves. It's just beautiful. I love it. The glass gem corn is doing incredible. Our dragon tongue beans on the bottom really took hold. They transplanted well and are starting to grow in nicely. We have lots of silks coming in on the peaches and cream, our sweet corn. I love seeing all the little pollen heads blow in the wind. Oh, just gorgeous. They're so tall. They're like 7 feet now. Wow. So abundant. Now we have our japonica here, and we have our cobs. Like, our ears really growing in now. Wow. Unreal. We're gonna have corn. Oh, this one has 2. It's coming in so nicely. I'm so grateful. Wow. And here we have the maize, the black maize. And my God, it's getting so tall. And it hasn't flowered yet, actually. So I think these are really happy. I feel like when it flowers, early on at least, I feel like that's a sign that it's been stressed out or it's been triggered. But it's been happy. It's been very happy. So imagine how tall it's going to be when it does flower. Whew. My God. With these strong winds, I've been staking a lot of the corns too, especially the tall ones, just to make sure it doesn't plop over. Our sweet potato is just staying sweet. She's doing her thing. Another beautiful, beautiful bed. I can't believe just months ago this was a dream, a vision, and for it to be so real and manifesting. If you have a dream, if you have a vision, go for it no matter what. If you refocus all of your energy, the good and the bad, I promise you, you will reach it. It doesn't necessarily always happen according to your timeline. But really, the more energy you focus into it, the more possible it will become. So please, if you have a vision, go for it. Anything is possible. The eggplant is doing super well. I do need to get in there and prune it now that it's getting quite tall. You can't really see it with the glare there. It's doing so well. I did have some dill growing in here. I pruned it back, but I think I might just pull it out at this point. We have some other dill growing well in other places. We don't need this much dill. So I'm contemplating probably removing the tent so that the eggplant can grow as tall as it needs to. Hopefully they just don't get attacked by any other pest. I know it's Japanese beetle season, and I don't know. I feel like eggplant will just attract all the beetles. Huh. Look at our quinoa going so tall. Wow. Another really pretty plant. We do have some babies over there growing really well. I have been pruning the bottoms a bit just to redirect the energy upward. Keeping it really well maintained. Wow. Let's see, over here we have some Brussels sprouts and cabbage. Been keeping an eye on the Brussels sprouts. I have been seeing some cabbage worm there. They're just everywhere. Now, before I used to see the white butterflies and I was like, oh my God, they're so beautiful. Now every time I see them, I gotta just swat them away. Can't have it. Wow, the red cabbage. Our 3 red cabbage that made it. They're huge. Really, I just want to let them keep growing until they tell me it's time. I feel like they're pretty happy. A little baby green one hanging in there, but definitely still developing. Definitely still kicking. I planted a bunch of soybeans here, but it's been a minute and they haven't popped up. So I'm not too sure how they're doing. I'll leave it in there a few more days, see if anything happens. If not, I'm gonna have to inspect. Here's our Swiss chard. I feel like it has slowed down in the heat a bit, but still producing, still hanging on. I feel like they can really just keep going. So until I really see them like dying off, I'm really just gonna leave them. I'm really happy with the Swiss chard. Really nice to have this in abundance for the kitchen especially. A lot of wonderful options with cooking and salads. Oh my gosh, y'all, we finally got rid of those tall bolts and flowers. There were so many seeds. I collected a whole bunch of them. And I'm looking to start selling some seeds soon, so be on the lookout. Oh, our babies. The baby Brussels that aren't so baby anymore, but holding them very dear. They've been really getting cabbage wormed. Just chewed up. Oh, goodness. Really spraying them off has helped though. Spraying the eggs off to make sure that they don't hatch in the actual plant has really been ensuring that more don't pop up. Some of them make it through, but oh man. Oh, there's one. Oh goodness, there's 2. Not today. Goodbye. Oh, goodness. The Antichrist. Here we have our okra. This is starting to bush up real nice, producing some okra fruit and flowers. The potatoes are definitely dying off, but I'm gonna wait till the flowers or the leaves really die off, and probably wait a week or 2 after that to really make sure that everything that's forming in there really finishes off. Wow. I mean, y'all, that's crazy. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the soil that we're amending in this patch. We planted mustard, buckwheat, clover, and a few other things to bring nutrients back into the soil, help break it up and get it nice and loose and fertile for the next growing season, probably next year. After this cycle of plants, we're probably going to do 1 more and then kill that off and have all those nutrients just seep into the soil and really get it nice and rich. This patch here is about, I'd say, a month ahead of this side. We had to break it up because we only had 1 tarp and it wasn't big enough to get this whole plot, so we just broke it up. But once this finishes off here, we're gonna repeat the process, and hopefully by next year we have an entire plot here that we can plant straight into the ground. It'll be so great for corn, for potatoes. Raised beds are really wonderful. It helps you really control the environment that your fruits and vegetables are growing in. Helps retain moisture, helps with weed prevention, but ultimately for like those big growing crop like potatoes and corn, they need a lot of room. If you're planting in bulk, I would imagine that a big plot like this would be your best bet for doing something like that. It's just, it would just make a lot more sense. But for some things, I really do enjoy the raised beds, but for bulk, definitely do some plots straight into the soil. The sunflowers they are enormous. Oh my gosh, they're so tall. I can't even reach the top, it's so tall. Wow. They are days away from finally blooming. I'm so excited. Those photos are gonna be bomb. Gonna have some new prints for the website, our little gift shop, and definitely excited to collect seed. I think we'll have a really nice stockpile of seeds and bulbs and roots for perennials and flowers in the garden, so that y'all can have a little slice of red leaf in yours. I'm gonna let out the chickens for a little bit while we're here. They've been enjoying getting out. Come on, y'all. Hey, ladies, let's go. Oh, there's Mo. Hey, Mo, the head honcho. So now that we don't have as many, we've actually been selling quite a few of them. We had 28, now we have 16 or 15. Now that we don't have nearly as many, we can definitely start naming them, because some of them really are starting to stand out. Oh my goodness. Like here, this beautiful speckled one. Over here, right next to Mo. We're calling her Daenerys. Hi Daenerys, you're beautiful. We got this one bowl chicken. She is always hopping out. Now, I definitely don't want to clip their wings. I've been asking for advice on just keeping them wrangled and together, and there's really two options. You keep them enclosed or you clip their wings. I definitely don't want to clip their wings. I want to give them that freedom to flop and fly around if they want. So I'll let them free range under supervision. But I definitely just want them to be free and happy. I love my chickens. But definitely be sure to protect the garden while they're out, because they are quick to destroy anything in their path. Isn't that right, Chloe? Isn't that right? Isn't that right? I actually wanted to check up on this peach tree. We plucked some last week. Oh my gosh, I think this one's ready. Oh, it's nice and soft. Let's see. Oh! Oh yeah. One of my favorite fruit. I love peaches. Okay, the moment of truth. Let's try it. Oh. Oh my god. Wow, it tastes so much sweeter than what you'd get in the store. That's crazy, y'all. Oh. Well, with that, I am gonna leave you for this tour. Thank you all so much for joining me. Please let me know your comments if you felt inspired by anything, and share this video to help spread the inspiration. We gotta get more people in the garden. Sending you all so much love and light. Take care.